Good morning students. In our previous video in chapter 6 life processes, we have seen what is considered as the life processes, or we can say that which process can be considered as the life processes, that we have already understood in our previous video. So now let's start with the nutrition. So what is the meaning of nutrition? So the definition says that the process by which an organism takes food and utilizes it is called nutrition. It means the procedure by which we are taking the food, and from that food the nutrient elements that we are getting, this procedure is called nutrition, right? Because as we have seen in previous video that all the life processes will going to be continued 24/7 hours, right? So to perform that all the life processes, the energy will be required. And how we are getting the energy? So obviously we are getting energy from the food, right? So the procedure by which an organism takes food is considered as the nutrition, right? Now, need for nutrition. Why we all are need the nutritions? So the answer of this question is organisms need the energy to perform various activities, like you are studying, walking, talking, dancing, swimming, etc. So whatever the exercise you are doing or whatever the activities you are doing, obviously you will require the energy for that activity. So from where you will get the energy? So obviously from food you will get the energy, right? Okay, so the organism need the energy to perform various activities. The energy is supplied by the nutrients, right? The component that we are getting from the food, which are essential for our body, is known as the nutrients, right? So organisms need various raw materials for growth and repair of the damaged cells. These raw materials are provided by the nutrients, and nutrients we are getting obviously from the food, right? So this is the reason why we need the nutrition, right? Now next is nutrient. So how we can define the nutrient? As I already told you, the material which provide nutrition to organism are called nutrients, right? We can take the examples of nutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, fats are the main nutrients and are called macronutrients. Macronutrients means what? We are requiring in a good proportion, or if we are requiring in a more proportion, so that is called the macronutrients. And then after minerals and vitamins are required in small amounts, and hence they are called micronutrients. So the nutrients which are required in more amount are called macronutrients, and the nutrients which are required in a small amount are called micronutrients, right? So these two kinds of nutrients will be required by our body. Now after understanding the nutritions and nutrients, now let's talk about the modes of nutritions. So basically there are two modes of nutritions, right? First is autotrophic modes of nutrition and second is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So out of these two modes of nutrition, first of all let's talk about the autotrophic modes of nutrition. So as you already studied in lower standard also, that what is the meaning of autotrophic mode of nutrition. So let's define it. The mode of nutrition in which an organism prepares its own food is called autotrophic nutrition. As we know that if the organism is capable to prepare its own food, then they are known as the autotrophs. Auto means self and troph means nutrients, right? Self nutrient, right? It means if any organism can prepare their nutritions or they prepare their food by themselves, then they are known as the autotrophic mode of nutrition. So we know the example of autotrophic mode of nutrition are green plants and blue-green algae. Follow the autotrophic mode of nutrition, right? As they are possessing the chlorophyll, and chlorophyll can utilize the sunlight, and that is the reason that the green plants and the blue-green algae can perform the autotrophic mode of nutrition. So the organisms which carry out autotrophic nutritions are called autotrophs, right? The organisms which able to carry out the autotrophic mode of nutritions, they are known as the autotrophs. And autotrophs means we can also consider green plants. So how the autotrophs can prepare it food by themselves? So first of all, autotrophs use simple organic material. Like simple inorganic material means what? They are using carbon dioxide, they are using water, they are using sunlight, right? So they are using basically simple inorganic material, and it will going to be convert into complex high energy molecules of carbohydrates, right? It means basically simple inorganic materials will going to be converted into complex high energy containing molecules, right? So that is the function of autotrophs. Autotrophic nutrition is fulfilled by the process by which autotrophs intake CO2 and H2O and convert these into carbohydrates in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight is called process of photosynthesis. So basically autotrophic nutritions can be performed or can be fulfilled by the procedure in which plants taking CO2 and H2O and in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, they are preparing their food by themselves, and this process we all are knowing as the photosynthesis, as we all know about it, right? Okay.